Hello, we are Impaled Rektum, and we are here to play dance music.
You're the most dangerous band in the world right now.
Nice.
The reason why I'm here is because I have a proposition for you. A concert in Wacken. The biggest, loudest, hardest metal music festival in the world.
Vankilapako on kyllä kova.
Nyt helvetissä sun piti syödä se kortti!
Blood on maailman kovin bändi.
I think your music is just getting worse. The new one is just superficial radio pop.
It's a really bad record.
You really made it!
Welcome to Fisto World!
What happens to the bands who don't do what Fisto says?
Go straight down the abyss.
What have you done to our music?
I made it better.
Jätkät on pettyneitä, kun sinut on laitettu tuossa julisteessa keskiöön.
You're a star, unlike your friends. What were you thinking?
Rektumi! Skynda! Juos!
Pojat nyt on hakussa.
Hello, we are impotent.
Can't help you with that.
Yes, give me more. Yes, more. Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am so excited today, live here at Fantastic Fest. I have with me from the feature film coming out in November, the sequel to Heavy Trip, obviously, Heavier Trip, and I have the directors Jukka and Juuso, as well as the star himself, Johannes. And I'm going to attempt to say your last name, Johannes. I'm just going to straight up, Holopainen?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I watched enough hockey. I should get that.
Yeah. Yesterday it sounded sort of like jalapeno or jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
Yeah.
You're in Texas. That makes total sense. With a sequel like this, what is the goal? Bigger, better, more metal? What are we going for?
Well,
All the above.
yeah, faster, harder, louder.
That's what I like to hear.
When you have a sequel, it's like you want to take it to the next level.
That's a good reference too. That because Motorhead's mentioned in the movies. That's a good reference there. You just made, Johannes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know my metal history. So
Yeah.
I like that, and I honestly, you guys did that. I mean, filming this thing live at Wacken. I think you did film it live. Yes.
Yeah.
That's insane. First of all, I'm surprised you didn't get like beat up by Within Temptation or something. I hear she's pretty feral. I'm surprised you didn't get beat up or something filming that. You know what I mean? But what I loved about it the most was at the end of the day, this is a film about brotherhood, brothers, not sacrificing your art for anything. Even though, Sidetracks, he likes to, be a little bit of a gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this movie's about. And can you talk a little bit about that? Working, even as directors, directing these guys on screen, and Johannes working as one of the brothers. Is that the goal of the movie?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, of course, like, it starts with stuff like the producers come to us, like, how we're doing a sequel, and then we're like, yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Like, yeah, let's do one. But then you start thinking about, like, how do we do a film that's not the same film we already did, but in a way it's not, it has to be, in a way, the same film.
Recognizable somehow.
Yeah, recognizable. There's elements. Well, anyway, so you kind of start thinking about what the first film was, and that was about this guy going over his fears and getting on the stage. And this film couldn't be the same story. He already gets on the stage in the first film. So this had to be about something else, and that felt like a very natural thing. What happens next is that you start to kind of being tested what kind of stuff you want to do. And
You get to your behind the music era.
Yeah. So that kind of came naturally. Of course, we had to think about different kinds of things, what would it be. But that came naturally, and then, of course, we already had from the first film kind of, there's this band who are like brothers, who are like family. Because, like, one thing in the film, it's not said very clearly. For us, it's pretty clear. that these are all like small town guys, and they were all like oddballs and outsiders in that small community, and that's how they kind of got together. We never see that in the films, but that's basically underneath. So these are guys who kind of find their family from each other. So that was very important.
I think you guys laid that out very nicely, actually. I think you can feel the brotherhood amongst them, even with sidetracks when he gets a little uppity. You know what I mean? You can still feel it. You know what I mean? And that's what I think is really, really awesome. There's some clear messaging about the music industry, modern metal in particular. Do you feel, as the film implies, that the soul of metal gets lost in commercialism and neutering?
this is like, probably. Well, I would say like maybe that's not the point is not to make a statement about.
It wasn't done on purpose.
It's like maybe it's a general phenomenon that might happen in lots of different industries, or involving art, and so in film as well.
Yeah,
it's like how to keep real.
Yeah, that's very kind of natural part of the things that commercialism and like how many people do we need to see this or hear this music so it to become relative. And
I think you're onto something there, but there is definitely, if you look in the metal circles, and I'm a movie critic, so I don't really go in those circles. I just listen to music. Go into those metal circles. There's people who do find that there's a neutering of metal.
Yeah.
With soft vocals, with electronic overlays, with fake drums. You guys touched on all that, even if you didn't mean to. So I think that's that means you made something really, really cool. You know what I mean? When you can do something on accident that says a lot to people who maybe it's important to. Also, you had baby metal in the movie. It's freaking dope. So I, like Zytrax, do not like the opinions of others. So I'm curious, what to you is metal?
Well, straight to you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You go first.
What's metal
To you.
What's metal to me?
Yeah.
I have no idea how to answer that.
That's the best answer you could have given. What's metal to you is not metal to somebody else. So I think that's the best answer you could have given.
Whatever floats your boat.
That's exactly right. See, metal to me is just making whatever you want with people you like making it with. That's at the end of the day, that's what metal's all about, man.
Yeah, if even one person enjoys the thing you're doing, then I guess it's worth doing that.
It's pretty metal.
You yourself.
Yeah. Now, Impaled Rektum is a fantastic name for a band. Let's just get that out of the way. But give me a name of your own symphonic post-apocalyptic reindeer grinding Christ abusing extreme war pagan Finno-Scandinavian metal band. And yes, I did write all that down.
Yeah, we always have fun like writing these films. There's a lot of these made up band names.
Yes.
Like Vominatrix and what we had, Christ Puncher.
Christ Puncher is so good. But what would your band be called?
Well, I have to say, I'm not that much of a metal guy. I would have my own metal band to say. But no, damn, that's bad. That's difficult.
Like the rectum or some kind of bodily fluid thing is like part of the genre. I should probably know, but I have no idea.
Well, there's also you had the other band in there, Vomit Catcher was another one that was.
I think it was like Vomit Distributor was one.
Yeah.
Forced one.
Yeah. So like you see what I'm saying? Like we got nothing. We don't have anything.
I guess it does have some kind of projectile.
You guys are creative people. You guys can do this.
We should have this.
Yes. If you don't have anything, just tell me to shut up.
9-inch something.
Trent Reznor's on the phone already.
9-inch impaler.
There we go. Trent Reznor's on the phone already. So your composer from the last movie, Micah, is back in this movie. Can you tell us about what makes this dude a mad genius? Because his scores are they fit the movie so well. They're a good mixture of like movie score and like actual like chugging, you know?
Mika's music, you mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question?
What can you tell us about his like process and what makes him a mad genius, man?
Mika.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I think like one example is that I asked him for like we need like 7 seconds of like really like brutal metal for this one bit. Like I need 7 seconds, and he made like a 7-minute song with like lyrics and everything. then I have to be like the Fisto character who like takes the 7 seconds and tosses the the other stuff. So I like the problem with him, and it's like a positive problem, was that he makes so much like great material, and it breaks my heart to like be like the bad producer who like clips the best, well, not even probably the best parts, but like these are the catchy stuff that audiences are like, it's easy to pick up here, and this is a memorable thing that will loop during the film and that sort of stuff. But there's so much good material, and it's like just take like the shiniest parts of it.
I relate to that so much. We talk a lot in our interviews, so I get it. This is 20 minutes. I mean, it's not going to be 20 minutes, but it could have been 20 minutes. But if we get 10 minutes, it ends up 15. So we get it. I get where you're coming from. It's like, just shut up. Please stop. And it's difficult. I get it. But you can really tell that he cares about the material that you guys wrote. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Yeah. The writing in the movie is so funny. So funny. Like every second of the film, you're just like laughing your butt off because they do something completely stupid. It's completely off the wall dumb. And what goes into that? What goes into making that script as tight as I thought it was? I thought it was very well written.
Time. A lot of time. Yeah, a lot of rewrites.
Well, it's been, 6 years since the original?
Yeah, and like, well, this one was shot like a year ago. It's been done for something like a half a year already. Yeah. But it takes a rewrites and you just like, nobody, well, at least I don't know nobody, but like me or us, we need time, and then we write a new version, and then the thing with the time, why you need time, is not actually writing the thing, it's forgetting the thing in between. There you really need the time. So you're writing, and then if you can take 2 months off and then come back to it, and you will see it much more clearly. Then you're like, that works, that doesn't. But if you're all the time into the text, you will make, like, there will be so much stuff that isn't really working because you need that distance.
Yeah.
Nah.
And I mean, it gets tighter as you go. Like, the script is one thing, and then as you shoot it, some stuff already like gets cut off because of like schedule and money issues. Like, we don't have this scene is gonna be too long. Like, what do we absolutely, or what don't we absolutely need to have in this scene? And then we don't maybe shoot that, and then in the edit, like, more stuff like falls off. And
had to put the producer hat on for a second there.
And then in the end, I think you have like the stuff you have to have in there, and a lot of like the loose stuff.
And then there's also the part when we try it out in rehearsals and try the scenes together, and then that's when we laugh a lot.
You stole my follow-up. It was going to be with you as an actor, like when and you guys as directors, when you have the actors there and they start performing, how much do you let them go?
There's absolutely no time for any like loose improvisation or anything.
No shenanigans.
Not set, but like before when we do rehearsals.
Yeah. I mean, in rehearsals, but when we get to the set, it's pretty much like this is what we're doing, because there's never any like spare time. Like, every minute we can save in this scene.
Saves you money on the production. Yeah. Is there any moment that came out of those moments that stayed in the film?
Well, these guys are super generous in the way they work, so the material feels like we share it,
mm-hmm.
and that's a chance for us actors also to start to sort of. I think the characters start to live their own lives when we're all free to explore the text, and also like what happens in between the characters, the relationships are that's the sort of the juice of it. So when reading and rehearsals as well, when you get to try it out and what feels good, so we have some kind of base on when we go to shoot, and then there's you can just let go when you're shooting in the takes. That's sort of the process.
It's a great answer.
You don't need to sort of because we all sort of like, we all have the authority of making the world live in some way.
I like that answer. I only have 2 more.
Yeah.
Those are real easy. Well, no, they're not. I lied. The first one is what bands are on your playlist? We're making a big playlist for Heavier Trip. What's on it for you guys personally? Johannes is cheating for the record.
You know, there's long names. You know. But then, yeah, we did the playlist. I think that we actually did it already for shooting the first film. But yeah, of course, listen to a lot of metal.
What are you listening to? Well, that's what I wanted was the non-metal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys like to listen to? Like, we want the audience to know what these metal directors are talking about. Like, so what inspires you?
So me, Jukka. So I'm less of a metal guy, but I like just thinking like what's my genre. I guess it's like alternative rock. Like I like Nick Cave.
Oh yeah, okay.
I like Tom Waits.
The Cave in the Bad Seas, you know, Tom Waits. It's not bad. Yeah.
Tom Waits.
It's grumbly guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like a lot of stuff that's kind of somehow based on blues.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. So little Leonard Cohen in there.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Not bad. That's good stuff. You should be proud of that. Fly that flag. That's good stuff. Whatever you listen to, fly the flag. What we got over there?
Well, I mean, I grew up with metal, and it took me a while to get away from it.
So, are all those Megadeth references just basically you?
Yeah. I mean, like Megadeth was a really big part of my youth growing up. Like, as for like a lot of people, he was like my guitar inspiration and all that stuff. I haven't really listened to like the last few records, but especially like the 90s stuff.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
yeah. But I'm really a big fan of especially like Davis and Marty's collaboration.
So Peace Sells, that sort of thing is right up your alley?
Yeah, and Rust in Peace is like my Megadeth record. But I don't know, I've been listening to a lot of like rap and Weekend and Dua Lipa, and I can't get like the Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso out of my head lately and all that stuff. So.
Same.
Are you working because you're a singer?
Right there. It's right in there, okay? It's stuck in there. I wish it wasn't. What do we have for our front man here? What are we listening to?
Well, good music. It's like, I would say, there's like so many, I don't really limit. It's the different moods, different tunes.
I like it, because honestly, Sabrina Carpenter's a hit, bro. It's so good. So is Dua Lipa, honestly. I know we're talking metal, but they write good pop songs. Like, it's what it is.
I'm gonna have like a burning cross on my yard.
They're gonna find your house. No, they're not. They don't even know where you live.
Yeah, it goes from like ambient to electronic music, techno, and then to country music.
So you're listening to country,
classical.
Yeah. What kind of country are we listening to? Garth Brooks, Waylon Jennings. What do we got?
Whoa. I need my playlists, but like Willie Nelson.
Oh yeah, who doesn't like Willie Nelson? That's good. I have one last question for you. It's the hardest question. You have 2 movies you can watch the rest of your life. What 2 and why?
Heavy Trip 1 and 2.
Can't cheat. There's no cheating.
I mean, like from the stuff I've had the chance to be a part of. These films I've watched the most.
Yeah. But you can only pick movies that you like. You have to pick the things that you could rewatch the most that give you great joy because you're stuck with them for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, it's this changed, but Indiana Jones and Last Crusade.
Okay.
And A Fish Called Wanda.
Good choice, Kevin Kline. Fantastic. You're the second director today to pick an Indiana Jones movie. Today. The director of House of Spoils, one of the directors, also picked a Indiana Jones film. She picked She picked Temple of Doom. But what do we have over there?
That's a hard thing.
Yes.
I like, it would suck to pick like 2 sci-fi movies, but I would probably pick like Aliens and Blade Runner.
Dude,
like that.
those are 2 of the best sci-fi movies ever made, so there's no complaint there.
I know, right?
They're 2 of the best movies ever made. Like, Blade Runner is incredible. And Alien, I just saw, my son's 14, he just saw Romulus for the first time. And he's like, so I haven't seen the original. So we sat down, I made him watch it that day. He's like, that's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. That movie's 50 years old. So it transcends. That's a great choice. I could probably rewatch that.
It's great.
I could go for, say, Matrix and Lord of the Rings could count as one.
You know what? For this purposes, we'll squeeze it all together as the Tolkien trilogy.
Yeah. So I've had plenty of,
Elijah Wood's running around here somewhere.
Yeah, I did have a chance to meet him yesterday.
Wonderful guy.
Yeah,
wonderful guy. Yeah, called a friend of mine and she died. Not literally, but But no, this is a great movie, guys. Make sure it comes out in November 29th. So post Thanksgiving. This is the best way to give thanks to all of the metal is to check it out. It's day and date, correct? So it's in theaters on the same time it's being released digitally. Is that correct?
They don't tell us.
I pay attention. So it's day and date, November 29th. It's Heavier Trip. If you haven't seen Heavy Trip, what are you doing? You got to check it out. And if you're a metal fan, what are you doing? You're missing the best Finnish rock band of all time, Impaled Rektum.
One of the best Finnish metal comedies, top 5.
It's in the top 5, and there's only 3 guys. Yeah, there's only 3 guys. Obviously, we've had a great time talking with them today, and make sure you watch the movie in November when it comes out. For Film Snob Reviews, this has been William, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, William.